You're touring, I assume, not for money.
I'm touring to make a living, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I didn't work for almost 5 years.
You guys can clear the stairs, please. I got people coming up.
Hey, don't worry. I got out of hospital last year in May. I'd been there for 7 months. I had 8,000 quid in the bank.
Really?
I had to go to work, you know?
Huh.
What am I doing? I'm doing something wrong.
Maybe that should be the other way. This one should be the other way around, I think.
Let's try take me to church and we'll see what's... All right.
Were you
Let's try take me to church.
nervous about going back on tour?
Yeah, I was terrified. What have I been writing love songs for? I don't want to write them anymore.
And why? Is that normal stage fright, or is that different?
First, I thought nobody would want to go to the shows. And second, I thought I was going to forget the words was my biggest fear. Because I hadn't sung them for 5 years, you know. So. But I was convinced no one would come. I was crying to my father.
Why did you think that, though? Because so much time had elapsed?
Because because I had made such a public, you know, car crash at myself.
Thanks a lot.
It's been 5 years since audiences last saw Sinead O'Connor on a stage, and 3 years since her heartbreaking cry for help. A Facebook video from a New Jersey travel lodge.
I hope that this video is somehow helpful.
It's unpleasant to watch, but it's there. She was struggling, alone, and would soon return to Ireland to be hospitalized. O'Connor then virtually went silent, which is not what we think of when we think of Sinead O'Connor. She stood out from the start. She looked different, her voice was stunning, and so were her songs. And she was not afraid to speak out for what she believed was right, even if it got her into trouble sometimes.
She says she doesn't want the Star-Spangled Banner or any national anthem played before any of her concerts.
Maybe I'm wrong about this one, but didn't you also pretend you were someone else and protest
Because
yourself?
the American national anthem thing. The next gig we did was like Saratoga or whatever, and there was supposed to be a massive protest. And outside, I put on a wig, and me and my friend went to the protest, pretending that we were anti-Sinead O'Connor, you know.
That national anthem controversy was nothing compared to what happened in 1992.
Fight the real enemy.
That's when O'Connor tore up a picture of Pope John Paul II on Saturday Night Live. This was years before the general public recognized the abuse in the Catholic Church.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sinead O'Connor.
Okay, turn this up. Until the philosophy.
When she appeared at a Bob Dylan tribute soon after, the crowd shouted so much she had to abandon her planned performance.
I definitely got blanked because of the Pope thing. I mean, and I don't mind that I did that. I had to do it. I was growing up, and I had to get off my chest or whatever. You know what I mean? But
In 2 minutes, we're on.
In May 2019, after getting out of the hospital, O'Connor felt ready to return to the stage. She had also converted to Islam, which is why she wears a hijab. And now she's back on the road for a 12-day, 8-show run down the West Coast.
All right, guys, you're on. Go for it.
A test return.
So was the show okay? You thought it was all right?
Oh my gosh,
Okay, good.
it's amazing.
Good.
How about, do you have any way of knowing how it goes?
If anyone was crying, I know it went well. The other way I know if it's going well is if anyone is singing along.
I met O'Connor as she was heading down the coast of California. All the shows were sold out. She asked to ride with us during the 8+ hours it took to get from San Francisco to San Juan Capistrano in Orange County. What do you want to do? Be out on the... So after this tour, you do one that's a little bit bigger. And do you have an idea in your brain of how much you'd want to be out on the road?
Well, I guess I'll definitely do a year. And then I'll see how I'm feeling and how much money I need to earn. You know?
There's no other way to earn money, huh?
Money, yeah, there's no other way to earn money.
I noticed on the tour, and this is probably because you just started back, but you don't have T-shirts and...
No, we haven't got around to any of that yet. We didn't even get around to booking the hotel we're staying until tonight. Do you know what I mean? Yesterday in San Francisco, we didn't know where we were staying until we landed. with no idea, so we haven't got around to merge.
It doesn't seem like you have any trouble making peace with the fact that we're driving around and you don't know where you're staying tonight.
No, I don't give a actually. I know where we're playing. That's all that matters. He is singing like a guitar, isn't he?
Yeah. In 2015, O'Connor underwent a radical hysterectomy to relieve her chronic endometriosis. But the procedure pushed her into premature menopause, which went undiagnosed and unmedicated.
I was a complete maniac after the hysterectomy. I was a completely different person.
And you go to a therapist regularly?
Yeah, no, I'm not very good at going regularly.
Go, right?
No, but I've done 4 years in the nut house. I've done nothing but 5 years now in the nut house. That's where I've been the last 4 or 5 years.
But not,
you know what I'm saying?
When you say 4 years, you mean in and out. You weren't actually physically there
in and out,
for 4
but I was
years.
often there for 6 and 7 months at a time. I think everybody is supposed to break down at least once in life. You know, wake up.
Yeah.
I would be lying if I said I'm not someone who is carrying a lot of pain, you know, as well as a lot of joy. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to make out like, you know, being well and managing your condition doesn't mean that you're not going to feel like sometimes. It just means that when you feel like you can still get up and get on with your life, you know.
That's an important realization. It's a therapy term, radical acceptance, and it keeps her moving forward. It means that even if she's struggling in one area of her life, it doesn't mean everything needs to fall apart.
Should we move on? Or are we happy enough?
Have you been writing at all?
I'm just beginning to write, but I'm buying myself some time because the last thing I want to write about is what's been going on for the last 4 years. So I want to live some life so I have something to write about. And that's how I'm different. I love my life. It's not always perfect, and sometimes I have a bad day or whatever, or sometimes I'm sad or whatever, you know, or I get anxious about shit, and life can be a pain in the fucking hole, you know, for everybody. We're all worried about money every day and blah, blah. But at the same time, I'm content, and I love my life, and I love my family, and you know what I mean? Is this it?
This is it, right there.
Okay.
We made it, right? Let's see what's
I wonder
going
how we get in.
on.
Oh, we ring Walter anyway. Before I go on, I pray, and I always pray before I go on stage, and I always end up saying the same thing. I want forgiveness. I want to not cough my guts up in front of everyone. I want to not make a fool of myself, and I want to be a priest.
It's been 7 hours and 15 days.
So when I say I want to be a priest, what is a priest? A priest is hopefully, by nature, would have to be flawed, you know. But a priest is somebody by whom you know there is a God.
I guard every night and sleep all day.
That by them, you know, even though they're flawed and blah, 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 hopefully, if they're doing their job right, you feel even for 5 minutes that yes, there's a fucking God, there's some comfort in death and some comfort therefore in life. Do you know what I'm saying? And I don't know what the God is, but yeah, there's something out there that responds to the human voice. I just want people to feel like they've been to church, or better, when they've been to a show.
And I can even eat my dinner in a fancy restaurant. But nothing, I said nothing can take away these blues. Because now